Hello and welcome to Reckless Moves, D&D podcast, where a bunch of awesome players test every map I create and I throw it out. I'm the Dungeon Master, where the plans of Mice and Men get redone every week. So, I love the players that are here. We are, for a recap, the players have met in Bygrove City, the Elven city to the south, at the Rowdy Hammer Inn, one Bishop Agnon, who they call Temple Daddy. In secret, they also detected and stopped a robbery or assassination due to some great alarms and Ridley's clever use of thieves' cant warning them on the door. So, players, where you leave it now, you have a diary entry, Max.
I do, but my diary entry didn't go quite as far as the full episode last week, so it is missing a little bit of information. All right. Dear Diary, Celesto is like the coolest guy. All I can say is that if you wanted to live in a place that's both beautiful and has no neighbors, it's the guy to talk to. I'm pretty concerned about Temple Daddy, though. These stones that we were using to talk to him, well, they were clearly taken by Krusk when Temple Daddy was sent away. He was the first to really trust us and help us with what we were doing. And, well, I just hope that they're not taking him and turning him into one of those horrible golems. I wonder if there's a way to sort of reverse it. Maybe there's something in those books that we took from the tower. Really need to find a way to talk to him. RKM gave me an amazing doodad for my long gun. It shines a tiny light, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help me aim even better than I already do. And that's her.
Very nice recap. So, while we're on the downstairs map, where you guys actually are, I just we'll do theater of the mind for this part. You are in your suite upstairs, which is has one center room. Before you all individually arose, except for Rockham and Oob, who don't sleep, you guys actually observed the wait staff coming in, bringing in breakfast for you guys. Some wonderful peppers, onions, scrambled eggs with some roasted potatoes that are split open and slathered with butter and looks like some kind of chives or some could be chives, could be other vegetables, and
Dips.
lots of sausages.
Ooh.
And coffee smells so good.
Nice.
2 a.m. So the wait staff has left. You're sitting on breakfast, and the bishop is already sitting out there, which I guess Rockham and Oob observed the bishop arising very early and sitting, in one of the very comfortable chairs around this large rectangular table in the middle of the room. For those watching the stream, the map is just the downstairs, but you're upstairs in the private rooms. So the bishop speaks up. Now that we're alone, I would like you to fill me in on what happened in the tower. A little further detail. And I need to decide what my plans are now that I've been excommunicated.
So have you been like defrocked?
I have been defrocked is the wrong word. I have been accused of violating temple policy, largely from helping you directly when you report to someone else.
Well,
Because you were trained and deployed by Krusk, and we have had an interaction, and we've learned. You tell me about Celesto, and I'll basically, I have one ally left, and I haven't been able to get a hold of it.
So you know how you just said that, like, you weren't, doing exactly the mission statement when it comes to like doing all toe the line for the temple. You probably were doing your best by not doing that, because they should be like really bad guys, like from the beginnings of its creations.
I see.
Have you ever heard the line, like, the winners write the histories?
I have heard similar wisdom,
So,
and
well, it appears that the wrong guy won this particular war.
I put well over 80 years of my life into something that's a fraud.
That's the way that we solve it. I mean, look, all this tomfoolery when it comes to, golems and sacrificing people at hospitals and all of that horribleness, right? That's kind of what he was trying to stop in the whole first place.
Yeah. So, what's your plan?
Oh, you're looking at the wrong guy. I like to hit things. You can talk to the smaller ones.
I don't think that we really have a plan.
Well, I would suggest you get one, because I no longer have the power to help you.
Well, Krusk
And-
wants us to go to the capital city and meet him, but that feels like an obvious trap.
Did he say why?
Well,
I mean-
we discovered that Celesto isn't actually dead, contrary to temple teachings.
Yeah. That's I mean, the wasteland of the scar, the entire story of that, in the history of that, I don't understand how they could have kept all of this a secret for so long.
Well, I think it being so long ago is part of the reason that it's a secret now. Like, they've been able to move and finger things around so that it looked like the temple was not just a victor, but fought in for a very righteous cause.
Plus, that area was guarded with some very powerful wards and some pretty interesting traps and creatures.
So it was well guarded, but you were able to.
Oh yeah, we killed everything. Like everything. Down to the last cricket.
So that's gonna get around for whoever. So obviously someone was in on that, but I can't believe it's Krusk, because he's a bishop like me. Like we're powerful
also
in
a
our
dick.
own domain, but it's not like it's not a,
You don't think he has a wide enough reach to make quite this big of a conspiracies?
I mean,
Is he old enough to have been involved with it originally?
Well,
I have trouble judging with you humans.
well, I'm a human, but not all priests are human. And
Right.
um like I know there's a couple archbishops above Rusk and them, and we do have 3 cardinals. My contact is Kathna, and I haven't heard from her in quite some time.
I could not imagine if you get high enough in this particular world of us being part of the temple, that if you get much higher than you, for them not to be aware of the purpose of the lies and why it was done and the actual history of what they were fighting for. I mean, to tell you the truth, it's a little surprising to me that you didn't know that there could be another side of this story.
Well, you've uncovered a lot in our communication, but I have a couple, well-placed underlings who are loyal to me. Priests and a head priest who in Alrazil and in a couple other cities who gave me a warning that the Krusks, at least his cardinal is Kanerv, and Kanerv never liked me because I asked too many questions. So since I no longer have jurisdiction, well, I'm supposed to report to Alrazil City Temple as well. And I think the odds of me living through that visit are very slim. So I'm planning on going into hiding for a while and staying in touch. Question is, here there is a teleportation circle I have access. There are a few in the land, and one not really of this earth. And I don't think I'm going to stay in Alenoria.
Oh,
Sounds like you have the same plan as Celesto.
I think since we're both, he has to go into hiding from what you've explained. But I'm assuming you gave him the whole. Are you holding anything back from him, or are you filling it the bishop in fully?
but we're
we gotta-
holding so much back.
No, we're not. I think that we gotta trust somebody, right? Like, at one
Yeah.
point, we gotta trust somebody. Unless we decide to be rulers of this fucking world. Unless we want to become new Celesto.
Or New Temple.
New Porphonos.
Ooh.
I mean, we all only like level 7.
Yeah.
8.
Doesn't
I
mean I
say
can't
that
start a cult.
Doesn't
Excuse
mean
you.
I can't start.
Title, episode title.
That was
Yeah, but we don't want to be like homeless daddy.
Almost
Speaking of
daddy.
cardboard boxes.
yeah, you don't
I have that in my notes, by the way.
Now he's just
Me
daddy.
too.
Oh no. Okay. I'll change it.
So okay, I guess we shouldn't hold back. So we'll regale him with Celesto's magical mansion and all that good stuff.
That he was definitely planes shifting to go get more comfortable, higher allies.
And the fact that the tower had means of interplanar travel.
Yeah.
Right. And that they were the original dude, sorry, I can't remember his name, was literally trying to summon demons. Like, and we've seen Krusk try to continue that work.
Yeah.
I mean, we know for sure, at least, right, as a group,
Yeah.
that Krusk is 100% dirty. There is no redeeming. You know what I mean? Like, you may not
Yeah.
know why
Yeah.
he's doing it, but like 100% no.
And unless there's an
Yeah.
even more powerful pirate that has shanghaied his family.
Right. Just keep on kicking that can down the lane.
Yeah.
Oh my
And by
God.
extension, we also believe Krusk's controller, whatever, Krusk's leader is also likely dirty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So here's like a kind of a good idea. Right. So you know that he never liked you. Are there other like really important bishops that like also didn't like you?
Well, not really that I'm aware of. I mean, I never got along fantastic with Rusk coming up, but he ended up staying and playing politics in Alraziel, like the main temple in the capital city. You have to be a political animal to thrive there.
That
I-
does not describe.
I
them.
wanted to work. I wanted to, I got a pretty good temple assignment. One of the biggest outposts is in the Northwest.
Did anyone specifically give you like the willies?
The heebie-jeebies, if you will.
Yeah, them too. I don't like either one of those creatures.
The heebies or the jeebies?
Oh, no. The
Oh.
willies are
Oh,
like
I've
they
never
suck
liked
on- they-
the willies.
What- Yeah, once you get
Oh.
past the first shock of it, it's fine.
I will never get past the fact of a willy sucking on my toe. But I'm just saying that right here.
Oh.
Your loss, I guess.
Right, well,
Um,
continue. Sorry.
Sidebar.
total sidebar. Not that I'm aware of. Like, until recent developments, I would have told you that everything's fine in the temple, everything's great, but you stirred up a hornet's nest, and I have no ill will. That is your job. You are actually not only, I think, the only surviving group of there's one other that is rumored to be alive, but on another plane. But you're the only investigators that now that I know who was causing it, that weren't killed or like bent to their will through bribery or threat. I mean, in the
Well, we did a
time
pretty good job
you've
then.
been here, which in the scheme of things is not that long, you have uncovered a major plot to kill investigators. You've cut off their funding by killing a pirate, changed the ownership of two of the great cities, which we are now, well, I was working on trade arrangement. So here's the problem we all have. My power, if I don't show up, and is basically my wits and my spells. So I think my best bet is to go into hiding and work from the outside with some contacts that I can share with you, but you have a similar problem. If you don't show up for your check-in with Krusk, you may have your licenses revoked, and you may be going from great investigators to wanted.
So it's either walk into a obvious trap and potentially die, or become wanted people and potentially die.
Sounds like great odds to me.
That sounds like a glass half empty approach.
Well, I'm just
The other,
I'm being
the other
I'm being
option,
realistic.
does Krusk know
That we know.
anything about what you've actually done?
No, we just like generally report like essentially bowel movements. We haven't given them any information that's useful. When we
So
talk
what
to
is
Cross,
what was the what have you reported to him, and what may he know?
well, he knows that we were working with you. Not,
He
not
knows that
against
we
him.
he knows that we know Celesto's alive, but nothing
does.
else. Yeah,
How does he know that?
I'm pretty sure we told him.
Oh my!
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely asked. We asked.
You asked.
Yeah, but
what?
did we tell him that we freed Celesto?
Yeah,
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
Or we
We
just
said
told
that
him
we
that we
found
that
him.
we
I did-
found him?
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that we left it kind of
Oblique.
vague
Yes.
about
Well, we-
who that person was, right? We just said that we found somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
somebody
then,
in
and
the
then,
basement of the tower.
Yeah.
and then we left an Oni corpse disguised as Celesto in the same predicament as Celesto.
Yeah, and like not just like a decent replacement. Like Celesto, Mr. Magic, came over and voodooed that shit to make it look very much similar like him.
True.
Yes.
Hmm.
We were thorough.
But dead. And we reset the trap.
Yeah, we reset the trap and we relocked the door with the passcode.
Yeah. So I
So
mean,
you have a choice
really,
then. You can deny the check-in,
Deny.
or just go travel and check in and see what they know.
I would
It-
like to point out
each-
that we may have an ace in our sleeve because Krusk is under the impression that we're fucking morons. Right. He doesn't think we're very capable, very smart, or very anything that would be positive.
We're not sure where he got that idea.
Yeah, well, we've given him quite a lot of ammunition in that particular directions.
You've
So-
basically been giving, if I can state the obvious, you've been filing false reports to make it seem like you're wildly ineffective.
With
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, you're the only one that knows that we're like capable.
Yeah.
Well, I can't and won't, and you should not tell me, in case I'm captured, where Celestia might be.
That's good because we don't know. He didn't tell us.
Okay.
We know he's
For
all
the
we
same
know.
reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. All we know is she's getting some like heavy hitters in the magical worlds that could help us.
Okay.
And he also might talk to my dad.
True.
Interesting. Okay.
Probably not, but possibly he has a message.
So, well, you've got a choice to make. Either go check in or become the most wanted people in the kingdom.
Will our
You know-
badges still work?
What's that?
Will our badges still work?
Yeah. Give us some platinum badges, please.
If you
A
would
part
I
of
have
the committee?
those, I would be a cardinal.
So we gotta go talk to one of them.
So
I say we do
Those
the
will-
impulse.
you can certainly try to use them, but you're pretty distinct looking people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I-
Yeah. What do
I-
you mean by that?
Yeah, right, Oob.
What are you trying to say,
He's
sir?
Not
He's
all
looking
of
at-
us,
he's
not
looking
always.
at- A
What a
small metal guy, a tiefling, a plasmoid,
Yeah.
a Shatterkai, a air genasi, and a gift.
Yeah.
And we also all just walked into a bar.
The Shadow
Oh,
Kai,
yeah.
he is a
As
master of disguise.
yourselves in a major city.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's what, like 500 plasmoids total on the entirety of Earth, or Thorol, sorry, Terrell.
You've seen them
Yeah.
once in a while, but very infrequently. So I guess this is the bishop saying. I guess my point is, you have two paths, and you need to decide quickly. Either go continue to play dumb, and you can even report that you found that I was working against Temple. You can throw
Well,
me under the cart.
That'll work.
Just to better our chances? Why would you do that?
Well, because he's going to be hunted one way or the other.
I'm already being summoned to an inquisition, and there's two ways those end. One, prison for life. The other one's less pleasant.
Right.
So
At
we,
least two of
But
us
shorter.
can sneak into just about anywhere.
I'll say we play dumb because I'm already good at that.
It is often the path of least resistance, isn't
yeah.
it?
And
Yeah, we can
also,
do
we
that.
can get more information. And you know what? There could be like one guy all the way up there that doesn't suck balls. You know, like he's not fighting for the right team, not the wrong one. You know,
If
It's
I don't know that-
possible.
The Dracolich rots from the head.
well, I think whoever's
Right.
in charge definitely knows the fucking score. Because there's no way you could have this whole stupid thing and the person at the very top not understand that what Celestia stood for in the beginnings and what the war was really about and what the entire purpose of the temple is. So the guy at the top has to be rotten. But like a step down, you know, think about how ubiquitous, don't know how I know that word is, but the temple is, you know, it's in every city. So that means it's gotten the best of the best of the best for generations. So that means that probably at least one of those people at the top are just like pretty cool dudes or dudettes.
okay, that's
You mean
Maybe.
like
pretty good.
like somewhere the religion has to be pure?
I'm just saying that, like, if you're the most powerful thing in a country, right? all you're going to do is get the absolute best people trying to be the highest thing in that particular company. Shows that means that there's probably at least like one of them that doesn't like truly suck balls.
Right. No, I hear what you're
I
saying
think-
there.
I think most of them. The problem is there's most of the people that do the work, the priests, the head priests, like they don't know what's really happening. They really believe they're doing good.
Yeah.
We know Rusk is corrupted because you've uncovered the source of funding for a pirate, an entire bribery scheme that was a Bolthorpe that was housing the pirate. I mean, so from Krust's point of view, he's pissed that you've ruined this, but he doesn't. You're just doing your jobs,
Right.
so he can't. I wouldn't.
We're doing what he hired us to do.
Yep.
Right.
Whether it hurts him or not, we're doing what he hired us to do.
Yeah.
And
Took us out. The optics are bad.
I mean, for the temple, the optics look great. Looks like we're very useful. But on a
Not if they
personal,
take us out.
correct. The
Right.
reputation among, let's just say, the lower level and the priest, the head priest, and even a couple bishops, with the exception of, Prima and Ptolemy, who report to Krust. Like, I've heard, so we all talk, and we send ravens, we stay in, plus we have transportation. Like, once a quarter, we have to check in with the primary temple in Alrazil City. So we take an airship, we check in, we, stay at the temple. It's a way to get direct information on what's going on in the kingdom without having the risk of scrying and,
Right.
someone overhearing you. Now we have magic protection as well, if you remember, in every temple.
Right.
right.
So there are, let's put it this way. In the main city, if you go to your appointment, make sure you can report me to Cardinal Cathna. So when you get there, you can do your appointment and then make sure I'm going to give you, and he pulls out of his sleeve a sealed letter with his signet ring seal on it. If you can get this to Cathna,
Cathna. With a K or with a C?
see, Cathna,
Cathna. All right.
one of the three cardinals, he's the one that brought me in, that promoted me, and I report directly to him. Reported.
Right.
So is this going to be like a confession, or is this going to be like
Ask
Oh.
for. You can ask for. What's the
Amnesty?
Parlay.
Sanctuary.
chimichanga?
Sanctuary.
Phylum.
That's the right one. Gosh.
A ham sandwich.
Chimichanga's far superior than ham sandwiches.
Ask,
Depends on the ham sandwich.
say that Bishop Agnon has a letter to ask for asylum that has to be hand delivered to Kathna.
And where in the temple can we find Kathna?
They will be glad to direct you to any of the three offices.
Is there anything that we could say that will supersede any of the bullshit from the top? Like, is just Kathna like the all safe word essentially, and then we get to her, or like
Because
if
you
someone
have
wants us to stop?
a sealed letter, it can only be delivered, and a letter of seeking asylum has to be honored. It is
Oh, well,
in
then, yeah.
the doctrine. So once
Well,
you
then,
have said that, make sure to say it in front of someone other than only Krusk. Someone that hears you.
Oh, so he's forced to acquiesce.
Right. It's temple law.
Well, that's good. Well,
Okay.
yeah. I'll take this
Bishop,
as
I have another question for you. Is there something that we could present or say to some of the underlings, possibly, that would prove that we were speaking on your behalf and that they would believe us if we were to tell them even a portion of the story, so we would have some more allies?
Not that I can think of, other than basically I'm offering myself as a not literal but a figurative political pawn for you, because there's no way I'm going to an inquisition. I'm just not doing it. Once in a while we have a consortium of all of the bishops, archbishop, and cardinals, and it requires a 75% vote to change anything. We have been unable to change some laws, including abolishing a closed door inquisition. It's like a trial where one person is judge, jury, and executioner. And I have no evidence, but I believe Kaner I know he has performed the most execution of all of the cardinals.
Is there anyone else that you absolutely trust? I mean, aside from us, obviously.
Unless I'm wildly mistaken, Kathna, I believe we can trust.
Good to know.
I believe you can trust. I keep having to adjust my thinking.
How about what you say? Right, one of our special abilities is literally our ship. You know what I mean? It gets us from point A to point B, quite very usefulness, and gets us out of a lot of problems. Is there like a safe harbor? Because if we stir up this hornet's nest badly, we're gonna need to go. So, like, do you have anybody on the side that like could, help us out? If the temple says no, they can't leave, and trains all those guns on us, like, is there some place that would you know, maybe not somebody like a bishop like yourself, but like a regular Joe that don't suck.
I
That's
can't.
kind of what I was asking.
I can't think of anything offhand. Have you made any allies in any cities? Have you?
Well, yeah, but not in the city that we're going to.
Yeah, pretty much all the dwarves like us.
Yeah.
We've made a couple of enemies.
Our doctor likes us too. Come on, we
Oh,
did help.
true.
Yep, we have helped. We got a couple of scallywags, but like they're not like in that city, nor would have the positions of like harbor master or anything of the such.
But then we pretty much killed all of our enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We're-
we
well,
do have a
Except
tendency
for
to
the
do
ones that
that.
matter.
Yeah, we're kind of efficient that way.
a bit like a sledgehammer, not exactly a scalpel.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a scalpel underneath the sledgehammer. That's how we hammer it in to kill
No.
them.
That's just a spiky sledgehammer.
Like him.
Like a
Like
Like
a cudgel.
yeah,
It's
or a
really-
flail.
That's funny.
Morning star.
Hmm.
Gus
Well-
thinks fondly back to his first baby, Morningstar.
It's got a pass. It's got a pass
pointy.
fire on the end of the handle.
Oh yeah,
It was extra pointy.
How else do babies learn how to use those things?
Oh, yeah.
That,
I was
that's
on
the
the
one that
ship.
taught Gus not to hit yourself in the head with it.
Yep,
Yep.
yep. I was raised as a slave on ship to kill sea monsters. So yeah, I definitely had a little my first cudgel.
Aw.
Oh.
Einstein baby cudgel. It was black and white and bright red.
Sure was. Well, after I used it, it was bright red.
Well, yeah.
So I think that we decided that we're going to go to the temple. Instead of meeting Krusk immediately, we are going to get Asylum with
Yes.
his buddy Karthai.
Tekna.
Yes, that.
We may want to approach in some sort of disguise. I think that finding a way for us to do that as far undercover as possible, it would be beneficial for all of us as well.
Well, it's
The
good.
bishop is there a particular disguise that may get us in easier? Because as I said, at least two of us can get into just about anywhere.
Well, the problem is that just like remember it, my former in the Northwest Temple, the entire ground floor prevented magic, and also
My disguises aren't magic.
good point.
Mine are though.
Well, when I say two of us, what I'm talking about is me and Rockham in my bag of holding. Rockham doesn't need to breathe,
Okay.
so I could walk in there in a disguise with my backpack, my bag of holding, and I've got two party members. Well, me and one other who can get inside, and we're pretty good at fucking shit up if we need to.
Well, honestly, the rest of the party could go meet Krusk, and we could sneak our way to our contact and get Asylum for the whole party. You guys just have to keep Krusk talking as long as possible.
Well, it depends on how their meeting with Krusk goes.
I guess I'm confused. How are you intending to? They know what you look like, and you all have badges to
Huh?
enter
Well-
the temple.
No, I'm not talking about when we go to the temple. I mean, when we go to talk to your trusted associates.
Well, that would be in the temple.
That's in the
Does-
temple.
Does it need to be though? Does it?
I mean,
How else would we get a hold of them?
No, my thinking is that if Ridley's disguised, we could walk in with his disguise, me and him, because I'm in a bag of holding. And for
Right,
all
so even
intents
if they look inside, they're not going to see Rockham in there.
Yes,
Right.
I understand this. My thought was that if we go and meet them elsewhere, this is where the disguises would come in because I assume as soon as we fall into this city, we're going to start to be tailed. So if we arrive in disguise and we do have Temple Daddy make some sort of arrangement to meet elsewhere in the city aside from the temple, well, whoever is in disguise, then that would work just fine, wouldn't it?
Well, the problem is we need a way to contact him. And if Temple Daddy had another way to contact him to tell us him to meet us somewhere, then we wouldn't need to hand him a signed letter.
yeah. Also,
There-
it's unusual for cardinals, archbishops at that level, to even my level, to go somewhere without guards or like temple guards generally accompany at least, especially the cardinals.
It doesn't need to be complicated. It could be meeting on a park bench outside of a garden. It could be anything like that. I'm not talking about something complicated.
I'm just
a
wondering
simple-
how you're going to reach them.
Okay.
Don't we have message? Somebody has message or sending?
I've got message,
Message is very short,
but it's magical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
very limited. Yeah. Well, so is sending.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's a plan that we're gonna pull off here. So let's keep talking about that one and
You
forget
could
about
put
that.
a note on an arrow and shoot it through a window.
I was just thinking if the four of you guys pretended that me and Ridley died in the tower and met with Krusk, then Ridley in disguise and me in a bag of holding could meet with the contact simultaneously.
I thought that you talked to Krusk when we did the sending stone at the end.
We did, but it's been like a day. I could have died.
Oh, okay.
He'd probably be so happy that I was dead that he wouldn't actually question it.
I mean, he's
I-
not wrong. Cross really didn't like Rockham very much, or the fact that Rockham was the one with the sending stone. And do you think Krusk knows all of the traps and creatures that were set up in that tower? That last question was actually directed at you, Bishop.
I mean, I don't know who to trust other than probably Kathna. And maybe some head priests or priests, but they're not going to, it's very risky to count on them helping you. Right? We need to
Mhm.
get a message, and spells don't penetrate the temple. That's why
Right.
these sealed messages are the only way.
So what if I went in with Rockham first,
I
got the
mean,
message to Kathna, and then the rest of the party shows up? But then Kathna already knows what's going on and can, if nothing else, be there when we all meet up with Krusk with some of Kathna's guards who are loyal to her.
Certainly, it's not without precedent that once someone has asked for asylum, it has to go the council, and I think I have a chance to win that vote. So I just need you to deliver that.
Right. But how are we going to get both things done?
Honestly, why don't we all just go to Cantha or Carthon? I'm sorry, I've heard the name like 5 times.
Yeah.
Kathna.
Kathna.
We could all just go to Kathna first and then go to Krusk. If we already have Asylum, then Krusk can't do anything. Especially if Kathna's with us.
Well, the asylum is just for the bishop. Am I correct?
I have
Yeah.
anyone who, if I get asylum, anyone who I've helped or works with me would also be protected.
Okay.
So
But-
let's do that first.
Yeah, let's just all. We won't have to split the party to do this. We can just walk in and very loudly proclaim against in front of Porphonos and everyone else in the room that we have this note and we need to see Kathna.
Yep, and then because Cross thinks we're dumb, so he won't think that we're part of these conspirators. That he'd just think that we've done our job and decided and randomly fell through excellence yet again, and can't really punish us for doing our jobs, right?
And
Well, I mean-
we found a letter that was addressed to Kathna and decided to be the postal service and deliver it
Yep. Since we had to come there
because
anyway.
it's sealed
Yep.
by a bishop.
So all we're doing is our duty.
So
I mean, that's
Playing
pretty
a-
strong, guys.
playing a devil's advocate here, the thing I could see going wrong there is that if you're doing that in front of Krusk, he could just snap his fingers and say, arrest them, take the letter, depending on who's around.
No plan is going to have no risk.
So what
So-
if we just approach the guards at the gate and told them, because there's
Yeah,
going to
we-
be more than one guard.
I mean,
Tell
we
them,
do, yep.
We have this, needs to be delivered directly to Kathna.
and we do have ourselves some pretty nifty badges.
Yes.
So, like, a normal guard would essentially do what we asked them, right? I mean, we're kind of like their boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
So, that's not, that could
We
work
are
out
quite
easy.
superior.
Excuse you, Audie.
I mean, it could have been more useful if we were gold badges, but rib. But yeah, we can definitely do this. If we show up and we tell the common normal people, and also, even if they try to do some bullshit, those rumors are going to get back to anyone on top that's not shitty.
If there is anyone there.
Yeah, it's very possible. Oh, the other idea is that literally every single other person is corrupt and knew it. And we just got lucky enough with you, Temple Daddy.
Yeah, most people are just kind of, they go to work for the temple, they clock in, they clock out, they get their gold, and they go drink.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
That's what we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've also blown up a lot of shit along the way.
Also, yeah.
Allegedly.
No,
No
fairly
one
sure
can prove
that-
it.
Yeah,
No
pretty
one
sure
alive
that
can prove it.
We really
Well-
do just kill everybody, don't we?
Murder.
Not
hobo.
everybody. We let the pirate's girlfriend live.
Yeah, that's true.
Aside from that, we're pretty much murder hobos.
No, we're not murder hobos. We just
Are good at murder.
we
Yeah,
have
we're-
it.
We're murder if you deserve it, hobos.
Death bringing hobos.
Justice, hobos.
Well, how many hobos have a fancy ship?
That is true. We're
Good point,
tran-
Rockham.
we are transient murder hobos. All right.
There you go.
We are property owning murder. We're murder property owners.
There we go. So
Yes, that keeps us
lords?
from being hobos.
Yes.
So just lords.
Murder lords.
Murder lords. New term.
Lords of murder.
I like that one.
Lord. All right. So I think we have a good plan though, right? We're gonna go get on the ship. Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing.
Yes.
All right.
We're going to go there, go in, present this letter to the guards, and say, "Take us to your leader,"
Okay. So,
so she can open a letter.
now that you've got a plan,
Which only took an
Keep-
hour.
keep the stone to me. Who has it?
Rockham. Do you know which
Wonderful.
one it is, Rockham?
Yeah, I do.
He's got
I
a
have-
post-it note.
No, I have them on different bands, like a walkie-talkie.
Oh, that's fun.
Gotcha.
So please check in with me. Let me know how this pans out. I'm concerned, not afraid for you. You've been able to hold your own through a lot of political and physical battles.
And stupid shit. We've
Sometimes
been through a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are the stupid shit, though.
But we do have to live through our own stupid shit.
Yes.
fair enough. So I will please stay in touch. I'm going to be and I hope to see you soon. And he starts casting his spell here. A gate appears, steps through it, and he phase shifts out.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
bye.
Fucking Seacrest. He just Seacrest out at us.
Pretty much.
Deuce.
I hope the sending stone still works through wherever he's going.
Yeah.
We've established it does.
I think it
Adios,
does.
HD.
It does. It works across planes.
All right. Yeah, to the ship.
We're on the ship.
Yes, to the ship.
To the ship.
I thought we were on the ship.
Well, we're gonna be on the ship.
You were in.
And now we're on
You were
the-
at the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Gus does feed
I'm
our
tired.
elemental another fish, even though I'm not aware that he doesn't eat fish.
Gus is just chucking fish at this poor air elemental.
The fish just like spins in its little tornado. Oh my gosh.
Until
This
it
is a-
suffocates and dies, or until Aaron just chucks it overboard into the water.
Yeah, right. This is our form of torture. It's fantastic.
I imagine it just spins, and then when Aaron thinks you're not looking, he just goes pew.
Yeah, right. Oh, he's doing it for my benefit.
Yeah,
That's-
probably.
Now,
He doesn't want to hurt your feelings. You just spit the food out.
Right. Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
oh, Alpha's dead.
Yeah, let's get rid of him.
So, Akra asks you where going. Where's our next spot?
To the temple.
Azur
Yes.
Azurfael.
Azriel.
You want to go to Alraziel City?
Yes.
That's the one.
Okay.
There's a temple.
You want us to go park at the temple?
Preferably on
No.
the top.
If we can.
No, we should probably do the whole park in the water and walk thing. I would think.
Well, they're used to having airships there.
They are. And there's many mooring spots.
Okay, well, we can park at the temple, but I'm going to drop. I'm sorry, Gust, your crab will no longer have a friend
Oh no.
because I'm dropping that infusion
Okay.
and I'm going to replicate a sending stone to give to the ship.
You know what?
Just like before.
You
can't replicate a sending stone.
I've done it before. It's also on the list of items I can replicate.
You're okay. You're dropping your crab so you can make sending stones to leave on the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, one for the ship and one for us, obviously.
Yeah.
So Akra goes, "Oh, okay. I wondered where they went to. I had it in my pocket, it just like disappeared, and now here's another one."
Yeah, that happens.
I'm confused.
It's
That
okay.
happens too.
I'm confused too. So now, I propose that we should park the ship, or we should get off the ship, and then we should send the ship away, so that if anything happens, we have an escape vehicle, and we don't have to fight our way and potentially retake it if the guards get all ugh, and try to take it
Guarding.
over. Yeah.
So we could, yeah. I mean, 10 minutes by air is quite a lot of distance.
Yes.
So, like, is there water 10 minutes away from the tower?
I'll pull up the map. Yeah, there's a main dock to the west of the city. Here, let me pull up. Eleanor. So just to the west, there's a small enclave. In this, there's two docks. You could dock at Artford, and it's a very short cart ride to the gates. They have carts going back and forth. Or you could dock at Fort Aurozil and then go that way.
Let's
Those
go
are
to
kind of your choices.
Let's go to Artford.
Yeah, it's probably easier to get out of Altford than forts. I mean, first of all, because it's called a fort, maybe that won't be the best places. Not a guy with shiny guns.
Yeah.
So it takes, because you're not that far, but leaving in the morning, it does take you get a long rest if you need it along the way. And you've got enough experience now. You land in the water far enough out where you don't see any of their sailing ships, and you convert to the appearance of sailing and sail into Artford. You are greeted. They ask you for a 50 gold docking fee.
All right. I think I got 50.
Yeah, it's out of
We
the
ha-
coffers anyway.
Yeah,
we
we'll take
have
it from the
that.
coffers.
And the dockmaster asks, "What is your? Oh, are you showing your badges or no?"
At this point,
Oh.
I think we probably should.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree with
I'll,
that.
I'll show a badge.
Okay. I see you're on temple business. Welcome. Please, you can rest here, or if you want to stay in one of our wonderful inns. The temple business usually it's done to dusk. So, considering the time, it might be good to stay the night somewhere here.
Okay.
We could stay the night on our ship.
Yeah.
There
We
you
have
go.
quarters.
You know
Yeah.
what? That's pretty smart.
Great.
Also-
I feel safer.
Also, I can attune to the spelljamming helm and see as if I'm on any point of the ship to keep watch.
That'll do. Yeah, we'll go back to the ship and wait for the next day. I think that's a decent idea.
Yeah.
That was very clever and ruined a plan.
Yep.
That's what we do.
That's so. I was like, "Why don't you stay in Artford?" No, we'll stay on our ship. Okay, hide that map. So, in the morning, again, on your ship, you have plenty of stores, and I have to give you a report on, like, I'm going to give you your crew next session, because you've got a chef, you've got dining, you've got a full crew of 12.
Yep.
You only really deal with the first mate and the quartermaster. And the quartermaster's job is to work with each harbor to purchase whatever you need for the
Right.
ship, arrange the stores. So roughly, it's costing you about a few hundred gold a month just in stores and pay and berthing fees to operate the ship.
Incidentals.
Yeah. Now, if you're not a a few hundred a month is not. It's a lot for some of the crew because all of their room and board is covered. So to them, anything they make is gravy. And their Akra comes and says, we're near a city. Do we have to stay on the ship? Or can we
No,
go?
man. We can let these guys out, right?
Yeah, go party. Go nuts.
Well,
For,
we have
for the night. For the night that we long rested, they probably should, but
Yeah.
the
You-
plan was
you
for
take
them
a-
to sail away to
You could take a shore leave, but you shouldn't mention who you work for.
Well, you're kind of all wearing Happy Cyclops Shipping Company
Merch.
tabards.
Yeah, that's
We've
true.
got-
We're not
merch.
going anywhere. We're staying on the ship.
Oh,
So if you, as the crew, want to take a shore leave for the
that-
evening,
but we can't say we're with the Happy Cyclops.
No.
probably
say
best
you're with
if you
the
don't.
say you're with the sad satyr.
a sad satyr.
What? There's no ship called that.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay.
But have fun.
I'll let them know that they can have fun, but they can't have fun.
Yes.
I think we'll all just stay on this ship, have some
Oh, I feel bad
mead
now.
and beer.
No, you
Beer.
can have an evening, have fun.
Listen, you guys can go out on the town. You guys just need to keep the ship's name out of your mouth. That's it.
Or if you don't want to go out on the town, you can have a deck party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think-
we can.
I think
invite
that's the
people to
answer.
pass.
And we'll seek companionship when we don't have to stay on the ship.
Probably the best idea.
Goddamn brothels. You're
Doesn't
grumbling.
mean we won't come back here.
Your
Oh,
grumbling
hold on.
is
Hold
that-
on. What did you just say?
Uh-oh.
Nothing.
You got Gus' attention.
I mean, how about I take the boys out for a fun night?
Gus, we're trying to keep everyone out of trouble.
Well, we won't. We don't have to get party that much. But you've been on the ship a long time.
Yeah,
But you haven't been out with Gus.
I'll keep an eye on them.
I have been out with Gus. I know shit happens when you go out with Gus.
Well, yeah. What, did you die?
No, but
almost.
they might.
But did you die?
I'm me. I'm not going to die very easily. These guys are not adventurers. They're shipmates.
Or that's what I'm trying to. They said best brothels, like around.
Gus,
Yeah,
can we just get through this
fine.
this mission we have, and then go and fuck shit up like the brothels?
All right.
Hey, why don't we just get word out to the brothel and just order takeout?
Do you think they deliver?
I mean, it's not delivery; it is DiGiorno. But I mean,
What? Almost as good as the real thing?
well, yeah, it's better than.
Hey, it's got that self-rising nature to it. Okay.
It's still fun to eat. There's just a lot more yeast.
Also,
Yes.
that's
Oh.
Oh, too
That's
much
too far.
information.
That's
I don't know if I'm proud of us or ashamed.
I'm
not-
ashamed.
I'm not
I'm
saying
with
that.
Mel.
Yeah. Well, you have
So-
all right. Well,
Why don't we send the first mate out to the brothel with, a couple hundred gold, have them bring a few ladies back to the ship. We can take a watch on them. The men can get companionship, and then we just have a party night for the crew, and then we do our thing in the morning.
yeah, it's like reverse spa day when
Yeah.
we're the caterers. That works. Reverse spa day or night, and then go do the cool shit in the morning.
Yes.
That works out for me.
Oob, in your head, you hear, "What are we doing in the city? Do you need me to come with you?"
Aw, that's sweet of you. I think we probably don't want to draw that much attention to ourselves. So
I can
maybe
be smaller. And he's this massive
Small.
thing hunkers down 5% smaller.
Well,
Like he's like, "Look how small I can be."
Aw.
Tried so hard. That's
Does he
great.
need to breathe?
Yeah,
I
he
could
could
put
have a
him in
short
the-
meat.
I
Yeah.
could put him in the backpack.
Does it
The
have
bag
air
of
though?
holding.
Because
I-
he's a
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Does
my
he need to
God.
breathe?
Well, he is air.
yeah.
That
Can you
is
Right.
put
a
air in the
very-
bag?
You tiny hole in your bag. He tries to fit. He's like, "Ah, no, get, ah."
Aw.
I'm just hanging on and trying to keep it from spinning off of my back.
So while
Yeah.
all this is happening,
The
Rockham
hole's
is like,
way too small in a bag of holding for him to fit.
so Rockham is watching all this happening. He's like, air elemental scuba tank? Question mark.
Oh, ready? Yeah, future projects.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with what that would be.
Yeah. Well, I
the
mean,
crew
like,
needs you, Aaron. I think you're better here. But thank you.
but
sweet.
I mean, like,
Okay.
but like, should Aaron get to like stretch his? I don't know. Do they have arms? Like, he should be able
Air
to.
arms.
Yeah.
There's
It's just-
it's
well,
barely
not-
discernible. They can kind of look like much like ooh, you can have appendages, but doesn't have to.
Right.
You can just spin.
Nice.
Hey,
I
Rube,
mean-
could we get Aaron to be the guard at the gangplank for us,
Yeah,
at the top of the gangway for us,
I think
to
you
make
could
sure
do that.
no one that we don't want comes on board?
But like night off first, right? Like he can go around and like blow up some skirts. if he
Yeah,
wants.
So about
until we're ready to
in about 45 minutes, Acker comes back with a couple companions of various races and sizes, and they come to the base of the pack, look up, and there's Aaron. Who are you?
Call him up, call him up.
They're
call him
okay.
up.
They're okay. They're fine.
Okay. He
Thank
moves out of
you.
the way, and they all come. So basically, I will just say that between a party and the mess and some excursions to individual cabins, should people wish to, they are able to have some fun. And we'll just leave it at that.
That is a fair fade to black.
Yep, sounds good.
Excellent. And I will be keeping watch with the Spelljaming Helm.
That's good because that does not need to get graphic.
No, it's just,
But it did get graphic.
Hmm.
We'll
Did
If
it
you
though?
want- If you want to do that, I'll happily narrate in a very deep voice. No, let's not do that.
keep it PG.
Yep.
Yeah.
The camera is slowly panning to the fireplace.
To the next day.
there's like a train going in and up a tunnel. It's like a
Right.
montage.
That works.
Donuts being made.
So, in the morning, the women have left a couple hundred gold richer between everyone.
Hey, we had
And-
sailors, maybe a few men too, you know?
Well, this was
Just joking.
for the crew. Remember?
Right.
Yeah.
Mainly for the crew. Any of your characters could get involved, but that wasn't the point. It was for
Right, yeah.
it was for the crew.
It was
Stretch
for
the
morale.
legs.
Yeah.
Stretch the legs.
And they're all like doo-doo-doo. They're all cleaning, like doing dishes, they seem to have a renewed positive attitude.
They've got
Yeah.
vim and vigor.
Good morning. What would you like for breakfast? What can we make you?
Huzzah. All
What would
right.
you
we
like?
go.
Back to the cart.
Oh,
and
I've
I
got
think-
some blood-soaked napkins with steak. It's not blood, but it's
It's heme.
yeah.
Take you up on that offer.
I soaked it and got a little gravy.
Ooh, delicious. Yeah, I'll take that, please.
But for everyone else, you've got your favorite dishes.
Fantastic.
The actual steak that Oob's gravy was made from.
That's for you guys. And so, given the time, one of the breakfasts you like a lot is steak and eggs with the hash browns with onions and peppers diced and spiced.
Bangers and mash.
There are
I'm-
sausages always available.
Stop it. I'm hungry now. I just ate like I've had like 2 dinners. So I'm just hungry for some reason today.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I think
so
to the city.
you are in the morning. You're welcome to the dockmaster directs you to Hartford is a very small trading community. They specialize in arts and crafts. Mainly think of it like as a permanent farmers market where they have
Okay, that's cool.
things that people can come to the docks, get from the city without having to deal with the city. So you can like fill your wares on your ship with wonderful food and drink. But there's also, artisans of people that are stitching, people that are mending sails. There's lots of services for sail going vessels. There's also a big dry dock where people get their boat serviced, remove barnacles, stuff like that.
Well, most of the time our boat flies, so
Yeah.
are we doing okay?
So
as
when
a
someone
sailor,
asks
would I know?
you if you'd like a bottom clean, that's about the boat.
Okay.
Gust.
Right.
So
But my shiny metal axe.
and as you're
There you go.
as they're looking at your boat, they're like, "How do you keep it so clean? I mean, we're like, you clean this all the time?"
Well, we pay all crew a union raise, and you should definitely ask your masters about that.
Oh,
They clean the ship bottom 3 times a day.
No, we don't want to. Don't use that word too much around.
Oh no, progressive.
The
But,
temple doesn't like unions.
That's fine, but I'm just saying there may be leaflets and or handouts on the ship.
Where could I find a place to purchase some clothes of the area? I'm not from here. I have clothes from a different area. I would like to be able to dress as the locals do.
We could accommodate you, sure. I mean, what would you like clothing to look like?
Something from the city, preferably more of an upper class.
I see. We definitely have and they let me introduce you. And he walks you down to a shop. It's Neil's shop. And Neil's embroidery. And hanging out front are bolts of various, you can see, burlap and canvas and things, but you also see silk and wonderful, very fine spun cotton, various different dye lots. So looking at you guys, he sizes you up. I see. Okay. I think a 44 regular. Yeah. That's just the thing. He brings you out probably the nicest outfit you've ever seen. And it reminds you of the dress at the Griffin's Roost Inn of all the patrons that were well-to-do, including the one you won the Happy Cyclops off, which had a different name then, but you renamed it. So this is like reds, gold, purple, and they're just filigree with some stitching, and it perfectly fits you.
Nice.
Ridley.
Very nice. How much
I would have a hard
is this, sir?
Normally these are 125 for a complete outfit. Would anyone else like an outfit? I could make you a group rate. I don't know. Looking at Oobleck, I don't think I have. If you want to extend, I could give you clothing that would drape.
That's okay.
Well,
I like to travel light.
Literally. And
he has a bucket.
You, Mr. I don't know your names, but
names aren't important.
You don't seem to wear clothing. My metal friend.
Yeah. Do you have anything in magnets?
So, Rockham, you don't wear any clothing either, right?
Nope. My armor is my skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a hat, perhaps, for my fine
Several.
metal friend here?
Yes.
Something very dapper.
The wider the brim, the better.
I have just the thing. It fits your head beautifully, but the brim kind of drapes a little bit. So it just comes above your eyes, kind of like
Like an oversized sombrero?
a big floppy sombrero that just comes down like bangs across his top of his eyes. So it's almost like a fisherman's hat, but it's really
Oh.
nicely done.
So like a sou'wester.
Southwestern?
Yes.
Sou'wester.
Oh, does it have a rock feather coming out the top? That would be oh so classy.
It's
What's
an
a southwestern?
it's actually an eagle.
I'll show you in a second.
A giant eagle?
It's just an eagle feather. A
Okay.
giant eagle feather would be taller than this gentleman.
Ooh,
I don't
I'm a
think he's
I'm a
worried
gentleman.
about that. Yeah, see, Rockham, I bring you to the classy places.
Yes.
How much would
And-
that hat be, sir?
Oh, the hat's 25.
All right.
Would any of the other I do have what a physique on you, my blue friend. And the red friend. What you guys are both I have clothing that would fit you really well. And I do have a obviously we would have to adjust for the tail.
Hmm.
Looking at Arthur.
Do you have anything with like a nautical theme?
Sure.
Nautical.
What would you would like some
Like, if you could make me look like a respectable captain, that would be cool.
My friend has spent most of his life on the sea.
I see. So you would like I have the thing. I can't really make you captains per se, but I can do this. And he brings out from the back room. I'll be right back. Comes out from the back room and brings out
I like this fella so
a
far.
blue and gold piping on the shoulders,
Oh, that's
piping
great.
on the wrists,
Mhm.
and you have it's not triform, it's a quad form hat. So there's 4 points.
That's great. I got a square on my head. I love it, and I love you, and I'll lift him up and kiss him directly on the forehead.
Gus, this is wonderful.
Oh,
It doesn't matter
my.
which way you put the hat on, it's
Yep.
still facing forward.
So
Now-
I don't gotta remember
Now
things.
my gift friend, would you like you have a wonderful outfit right now. Would you like something for
Do you have anything that would hold more guns?
Holsters?
Ooh.
Oh no, it's a girl wanting pockets in the dress. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Exactly.
Pockets.
Would you like
Or perhaps something with like
would you
hidden
like that
areas.
to be public or concealed?
Do something that would serve dual purpose, something that can be exposed or something that can be tucked away.
Give me
Over
give me-
or under the coat, I suppose.
give me a minute. He goes in the back and you hear some pedaling and some stitching. Just give me 10 minutes. And comes out, oh, I was literally pretending to pedal my dog. Did not like it. What's that sound? So comes back out and brings you a sleeveless, almost like a tunic that comes down mid thigh.
Yep.
Inside the front, you can have 2 pistols that can't be seen. It's cut for you really well. And in the very back, there's a cut in the back, a place for your rifle.
Nice. Sweet.
So upon investigation,
Sounds like something that Clint Eastwood would have worn in one of the spaghetti westerns.
Right?
very similar, where things are hidden in the coat, or John Wick, like the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like that, where these can be exposed as a threat, but when it's buttoned in the center, it looks much like a dress coat.
Perfect. Perfect.
So altogether, about 350 should cover all of it.
That's what the group rate.
Yeah. Anything.
We'll take it.
Now, I don't know your names. I'm sorry, but my tiefling friend, would you like something?
Do you have
I like
snake
your
skin?
horn caps.
Thanks. I had them custom made. Do you have a snakeskin vest?
Ooh.
This was all be included in 350. I have something similar to that. It's not skate skin, but he brings out. It looks like it looks a little like snake skin, but it's more like scales of a kind of a bird.
Ooh.
Oh, that's fine. I don't discriminate.
So it's scaled.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's great when it hits the light. It looks kind of almost dark gray, but when it hits the light just right, it kind of illuminates.
Cool. Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds good to me.
Looking handsome.
Nice.
And I'm seeing that your Blue Flynn doesn't really wear a lot of clothing.
You know what they say, flaunt it if you got it.
He's in shape.
Yes, he is.
His rage keeps him fit.
He will never let you forget it either.
So
Mm.
350 for the whole lot.
That's correct. You taking that from the stores?
Yes, that sounds like a good deal.
Well, you have a wonderful and prosperous day.
Thank you, good sir.
That is the
Yeah.
plan. I hope you have the same.
Come back anytime. If you
All
need
right.
any alteration once you've, been out and about, feel free to come back if something's not quite cut right. We guarantee our work for 90 days. Unless of course there's combat or you get burned or you're dumped in seawater or you get it.
Standard
Normal wear and
recruitment so far.
tear.
That's a good businessman.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you.
So I take
Um,
mine and put it in my pack along with my disguise kits.
Okay.
I'm not changing right now.
You're not?
Mm-mm. I would like to have it for another time. That was my plan all along.
Got it.
Rockham is
Okay.
just very proud of his hat. And it's just
Rockham,
bouncing
you look
around.
very dapper.
Well, thank you. I feel like a gentleman.
You look as well.
It looks like the one from Breaking Bad, except it's floppy instead of straight
love that.
rim.
Like a little bucket hat.
It's like a bucket hat for the bucket. But
That's so funny.
it looks nice. It's a nice hat.
I just like the idea that he's wearing a hat on top of a helm.
Yes. Nothing to see here.
Nope.
You just see a metal guy with a big floppy purple hat. Great. Well, what is your plan now, my fine people?
I guess it's time to go to
Head
Al
to the temple?
Raziel City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vamonos.
Hey, everybody, let's go.
Okay. Well, You head east, and there are regular cart transport shuttles that are going back and forth from Hartford to the city. As you're heading there, you see carts coming back laden with either tons of fruit and vegetables or barrels. Some are just covered with bolts of cloth, maybe going to your new friend.
Yep.
And as you head toward the city in the distance, the gates that are surrounding the city, they don't appear very tall, maybe like 30 feet, which for even some of the other places you've been, some don't have walls, but there are some surrounding walls here, but they don't seem very tall. And the front gates are open. They are flanked on both sides by 3 guards on each side, and they're not really stopping anyone as you're riding in on the public transport. So it doesn't appear like they're stopping and checking anyone visibly.
Okay.
But as you pass the gates, you're right into a bustling city. And the cart driver says, next stop, Outer Rim, which is like
Oh.
the outside of the... It's almost like the outside city is trade. The inside is like housing / businesses. And then in the very center, there's a massive spire. And you see an airship leaving to the northeast, another one arriving from the southwest. And you see people getting on and off the ships. There are hundreds of people on the streets. Some people, you do pass one kind of big park, and there are people proselytizing for the temple, saying, we have openings if you'd like a wonderful career full of wonder and serving the land. You too can become a worker or a recruit for the Temple of Kahutha. And as you approach the center, you see a very familiar outside, much larger, and many months ago, you left and you recognize the big entryway where you were trained and recruited and sworn in by Krusk.
All right.
Whoa, full circle.
We've done it, guys. We just beat D&D.
We win.
Yeah, right. I'm expecting my complimentary moose in the mail any day now.
I'm gonna bring in some. Not really gonna use maps as much as
I got no problems theater the mornings. Trust me, it's strange up there. So you want me to see a thing, I can see a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a phantom in my theater of the mind.
Yeah, there you go.
I've looked in Robbie ear, and there's a hell of a show going on in there.
All right.
It's mostly burlesque,
Yeah. A lot
but
of
very
ham-
tastefully done.
Yes, yes.
I don't know
Very
why,
Von
but-
Teese.
Von Teese. What's a Von Teese?
Dita?
I don't know what Von Teese is.
You do.
Is that Dita Von Teese?
Yes. Who, by the way, is coming to Las Vegas for a short residency.
Really?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Who is?
she's pretty.
Dita Von Teese?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Quiet as everybody Googles Dita Von Teese tickets.
I had to Google who that was, to be honest.
I also.
You youngins.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. There's
Long
no
time.
way. She's 50.
Yep.
She
And-
looks like she's 30.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she's still younger than me.
Oh my gosh.
And Mike, can we take our 10?
Yeah, if you need to take a break, we were gonna end at about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll just be back in two or three then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away too. I need a bio break. Won't be
All right.
long.
Mhm.
Let's take a 5.
That'll work.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, guys, we're gonna go on a little 5-minute break. We will be back in a few. We are back. You guys have come to the main entrance with your badges out. You are escorted into the foyer. And someone you may have met before, but not sure if you remember. A priest named Baloney comes to greet you. Says, I see. You were one of the last investigators hired here, and you come back with a report. Where should we escort you? I hear you're here to report to Krusk on what's been happening. He's available for you in the training room. Oh, I wasn't aware of anything else. Who? Oh, Agnon is. Oh, you. What is the? It's sealed. Yeah, you mean asylum? Okay. Kafka. I see. I see. Well, let me go find the cardinal. It's really unusual. He runs out this door. You hear him run up some stairs. And not too far behind, you see, dressed in similar garb, but Cardinal Kafka appears. So, thank you, Baloney. If you take your leave, I will have a conversation with our friends here. Just follow me. So I'm going to move you into this anteroom. You don't? You don't see them. You should have your tokens here, Ridley. They reload. And he goes, or she says, so I understand you have a sealed letter from my friend. How is Ronald doing? Oh, he takes the letter, or she takes the letter and says, excuse me one second. Baloney. Yes, Bishop. Oh, excuse me, Cardinal. Even he gets flustered. So one of the worker priests comes in. Want you to witness the sealed letter. I am opening the seal myself. Okay, that's enough from you. And thank you. I'm witness, and leaves the room. We always have to have a witness to that. We're unsealing this. Scrolls it open. Reads from it. And she went from mild, amusement to concern to scared to confusion and back to calm. So, besides a letter of asylum, which I'm not sure I have votes for, I can find out. I can take a straw man of the council, see if I have the votes to clear Bishop Agnon. I wouldn't want to give a percentage. I know Kaner will vote no, has never liked Bishop Agnon. But I probably can get maybe maybe. There's a couple holdouts that I'll work on. And there's no magical capabilities here. However, is it true that the whole Porphonos story is a lie? She sits down. This is it's quite a blow. Oh, absolutely. I have with my life on many occasions. But also, you do understand that this, and pulls out a platinum badge, this allows me to also cast magic needed. I'm sorry. I know this is a serious topic, but that was funny. Oh, there's only 3 of these in the kingdom. Oh, you're lucky you got silver. Oh. Yeah. So this just validates some of which. Well, I can't throw Krusk very far, or Kanev, but I trust him about that far. I think I will be attending that meeting, as is my right and want. Yeah, I think we could have some guards around. You know, it's funny. I was watching the stream browser, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't select Krusk because I was on the stream. Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, "What's going on?" I would tell the truth of what you found without all the truth. I I would we doesn't work here anyway. But fortunately, that's not something I want to do in a report meeting because this is just supposed to be a report. Well, I do, and Kanerv, and the other bishop you don't know yet. Yeah, the other one is Duladin. I'll put it in the chat for you. See. So well, Rusk reports to Kanerv, but doesn't mean that Kanerv is in on it. Could be working with someone else. I find it plausible, but improbable that well, I I can't even believe it would be. No, can't be the head of temple. I mean, it. Well, hmm. To make what? Oh. Oh. That's I we've we've had reports from the north, from even the Elven lands, but mostly from the south. Um, I'm not gonna pull up the map, but remember the I can the there's been reports of interactions with Demas from the Scar, and also from the desert lands to the south. Only in the last, you know, 5. Yeah, Five Grove City is. We haven't heard any demons there, but in the in the jungles to the south and the desert, we've heard rumors. But yeah, hmm. He's like, yeah, the there's been some land trains that one went missing, and there was evidence of. We've also heard reports from our new friends to the southwest from Bolthorpe, and we've opened trade again. So there's been what? Uh, what? So if what you're telling me is accurate, that's why. Hmm. Maybe that's why you were summoned here to find out what you've been up to, because you kind of worked with Agnon for quite a while, and Krusk doesn't seem to know any of this. Well, let's find out. Opens a door, and Baloney, please, and I'll be right back. Summon 4 of my guards from my chambers. There's exits to your west and east. There are doors. You don't know where they go, but right, makes sense. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in this environment. It's good. Good idea, but it doesn't work in this chamber. Well, I mean, you can try. What are you trying? Okay. Okay. So after you see 4 guards show up, and then Baloney, would you fetch Bishop Krusk? And the Krusk comes into the room. And goes, "Yes, Cardinal. Oh, hello. Uh, shut the door, please. Yes, Cardinal." And basically bows to the Cardinal. "Have a seat." So, um, we're starting a new procedure where any report from investigators have to have a witness. So I figured I'd offer myself, and as she's gesticulating, he sees a letter with Agnon's seal broken. And he notices, just keeps going forward. "Well, in that case, please report. Last I knew, you were in the Scar, Celesto's wasteland, and you had reported something about about his tower. What did you find?" Oh, oh, oh. So you dismantled something in the tower? What? Okay. So I see. And the Cardinal says, I wonder what that could be. Um, I'm confused, Bishop. I thought the tower was abandoned. And since you're in charge of Scarwatch Keep, what was it? Oh, it was infiltrated by evil then. The bishop Rusk says, so it was infiltrated by evil. And you've defeated the evil that was in the tower. Oh, I think you've done a wonderful job in defeating that. I'll send a patrol from the temple to go investigate, and you've done a wonderful job. And Kafka's just being quiet, watching him. And Ublek. So understood. Well, we have wonderful counselors and psychologists, and what? Well, even Kafka's like, cool. And the bishop's Cross is like, oh, great. Well, you can put the helmet back on now. Thank you. Well, so the cardinal says, I'll tell you what, Cross, you're spread a little thin. Why don't I'll send some of my 10 of my guards to down there. You'll put them up at Scarwatch on the way there, right? Of course, Cardinal. Yes. I'll send word. Yeah. Whatever you need. And says also, thank you. That's all we need. But I haven't got a full report yet. Is there anything else you want to report to Bishop Krusk? Hmm. And Krusk says, well, I think since it's the scar, isn't that the way that the land is broken in responsibility, that should be Canarv, right? Oh, I guess you're right, Bishop Cross. I'll have to speak to Canarv to make sure that's investigated properly. Okay, I'll go talk to my cardinal. Good job, everyone. Thank you for bringing this report and for saving us from those horrible pirates that have been ravaging the land and opening trade with our dwarven cities. Like, you've done a wonderful thing. Keep up the good work. they're ant seeds. But yeah. So that's interesting. I could have sworn, Rusk, that you and Keen have reported that nothing can grow down there. Hmm. Yes, we'll get on it. Thank you, and thank you for your report. Cardinal, pleasure as always. And Rusk leaves. And the Cardinal says, so, very interesting. Are they going to find all of these boards in place? You reset the barrier. So this is what this letter is fascinating. Seeking asylum, but in this and hold and a in between the lines there's a hidden text and says, after reading this, step outside at noon, which is, coming up pretty soon. Shall we? I have no idea what is happening, but we'll be able to remind this part. But the bishop and 4 guards, and you guys step out the front doors, and it's a nice, beautiful day outside. Kind of looks like noon. Nothing's really happening. And all of a sudden, in the sky, there's these huge, huge letters that start to form. And it says, the temple is a lie. Celesto lives. That's where we're going to end tonight. Really? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, they did? And all you guys hear is the Cardinal says, well, that's different. And that's where we're in tonight. Thanks, guys.